Hello there, seasoned ladies in midlife. My name is Rosita Perez. I'm a mindset coach and a podcast host. I want to talk to you about something deeply personal and incredibly important. Breaking the cycle of self-doubt. Break it. Let's break it. This is especially for women in midlife who feel maybe you've tried everything and are just about ready to give up. I feel you. I understand the pain and I understand maybe where you're at. I've been there, done that, and now I'm free. And I've even learned to laugh about it. Today, we're diving into something that many of us face, but we rarely talk about, and that's self-doubt. Now, let me start with defining what self-doubt is. Self-doubt is that voice of your inner critic. You know, that nagging voice or feeling that tells you you're not good enough. You're not smart enough. You're not capable to do what you think you want to do. What it does is it overshadows your true potential. Self-doubt is also the fear of failure in disguise. It keeps you from taking an action. Maybe it keeps you procrastinating. It's fueled by fear and not meeting expectations, whether those expectations are of your own or others' expectation of you. Now, self-doubt can also be a barrier between you and your dreams. It's that invisible wall that stands between where you are and where you want to be. It convinces us to play small and play safe, which really keeps us on the self-doubt cycle where we are stuck and unfulfilled. Lastly, self-doubt is that little voice that keeps us from stepping into our true, authentic, and unstoppable self. Let me share a story with you. I remember a time when I was stuck in the self-doubt cycle. I questioned everything about myself, my worth, my abilities, even my purpose. My inner critic kept telling me, Rosita, you can't do that. You are not smart enough to do that. I was so fearful and I felt that stuck feeling. I felt unfulfilled and I was frustrated because something in me was telling me there is more to life, Rosita. You can do this. Get out of that self-doubt and don't give up. I was like, I don't know if you guys ever felt this within yourself, but I was feeling like I was having this internal war within myself. Well, I finally got on board and decided I'm going to beat this self-doubt thing. But listen, I had no idea where to start because back when I wanted to start healing, we didn't have the resources like we have today. There was no internet, no amount of support for women, or if there was very little. And there was no awareness of what women struggled with, much less how to handle those struggles. It basically wasn't really talked about. So I spent decades hiding behind an invisible mask, pretending to be someone I wasn't just to fit in, to seem confident, and to feel like I belong. But the truth is, we all wear masks, every single one of us. We hide our insecurities, we hide our self-doubt, and we hide our true selves, all because we crave acceptance and fear rejection. But here's the hard truth. Real belonging only happens when we dare to show up as we truly are. Taking each of those masks off, right? And fully embracing who God created us to be. I'm happy to say that I've done my work. I stay committed to me and my healing, and I've overcome that self-doubt. How did I do that? Let me give you a couple of tips. I had to first figure out what were my fears? What were my insecurities? And that had to be done by self-discovery, by spending time in prayer, by listening, by surrendering. So I had to first figure out what those were, what my fears were. Then I had to acknowledge it. I had to face my fears and insecurities. And then I had to stop listening to that pesky inner critic and started learning and trusting in the truth of who God says that I am. Through faith, self-reflection, and a lot of grace, I learned to see myself and accept myself through God's eyes. That I am worthy. I am capable. I am enough. And I am priceless. Now, let me tell you that this wasn't an overnight transformation, but with each step, I learned to let go of my self-doubts. I embraced the confidence that was always within me. Does that make sense? Let's talk a little bit about where self-doubt comes from. From my experience, I would say the roots of self-doubt come from several places, and not just from one place. I would say, of course, childhood experiences and childhood wounds, past experiences, societal expectations for sure, and our own suppressed beliefs of who we are, or even who our family told us we are. Let me give you a visual of self-doubt if I could put it in a picture. Imagine that you are carrying around a luggage or rolling around a luggage nowadays, right? This luggage is full of rocks. Imagine how heavy it is and how it's a struggle to carry around you all the time. Now, you didn't pack it, but you're still lugging it around. That's a picture of self-doubt. I want to share with you a practical exercise that will help you unpack that suitcase, okay? So grab a piece of paper or type it in your phone, whichever you like. I want you to think about 3 things you're proud of about yourself. 3 things you're proud of about yourself. I'll give you a minute. Doesn't have to be huge. It could be big or small. It doesn't matter. 3 things you are proud of about yourself. And if that is a little bit of a struggle, then 3 things that you like about yourself. I'll give you a minute to write those down. All right. This is about shifting your mindset, shifting the focus from what you doubt to what you celebrate. Okay? All right. You have those 3 things to counter the self-doubt and the negative self-talk, right? I encourage you to say the 3 things you listed daily and say them out loud, maybe even several times a day. I know it seems a little weird to do that, but just get in the habit, because this is going to be shifting your focus from what you doubt to what you celebrate. The 3 things that you listed, say them daily, say them out loud. And especially say them when you feel self-doubt coming on, or you're feeling insecure, or that pesky inner critic is telling you something negative about yourself. So that's your exercise. So I just want to give you a little forewarning. As you begin shifting your mindset, the old behaviors of self-doubt and self-negative talk, they don't want to lose their place. Their whole purpose is to keep you down. As you shift your mindset into more positive, understanding who you are, they are threatened. So I just wanted to forewarn you about that in case you say, well, what's going on? How come I'm having more negative self-talk? That's because you're trying to make a change. And those old behaviors, it's like an imprint, right? It's an imprint in your mind, in your spirit, that this is the way you've always done things. Even though it's unhealthy, it's still there. So that's why you have to commit and do your work to beat the self-doubt. Keep in mind that self-doubt doesn't define who you are. You are capable of so much more than you even realize. Keep unpacking that suitcase, 1 rock at a time, and with your commitment to yourself and doing the work, one day that bag will be empty and you'll be able to stand equipped to be the boss of self-doubt and negative self-talk. I hope this was helpful for you. And if you'd like to watch this recording again, go to YouTube and type in at Moving Forward Life Coach Realtor. Share this link with your friends. Thank you for listening, and I'll see you in the next video. Remember, you are worth it. You are capable. And you can soar. We are waiting to see your light shine, because nobody can do what only you are purposed to do. Thanks a lot. Bye.